Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a review of Needful Things by Stephen King. Needful Things is a book about a store that's opening up in a small town. The small town's called Castle Rock, and Needful Things is the name of the store that's opening up. It's sort of a strange store. Nothing has price tags or anything. The store owner is this strange guy named Leland Gaunt. With every purchase people make, he requires them to, well, he likes negotiating with people. So they negotiate a price, and part of that price for every purchase is they have to do a task for him or play a trick on another person in the town. So he will tell them, in order to buy this thing, you need to play a trick on this person, and he tells them what that trick is. And throughout the story, this keeps happening with people who go in the store, and you see how that unfolds and how the fallout from these sometimes seemingly harmless tricks happen throughout the book. That's the basic premise, and it's really, really good. I mean, I really loved this book. Let me get into what I liked. Non-spoilers, and I have some notes because I'm not going to remember everything. The one thing I really liked about this book, probably the main thing, was the constant increasing mystery around it and the suspense, the underlying suspense at every point in the book. I mean, there's a bit of a slow burn of the book, at least for the first 2/3 of the book, and not in a boring way, for sure. I was not bored for a single page. I mean, there's like 600 pages in here, and I was not bored once. But you know, you're in the lives of these characters, and there's not a lot of like crazy stuff happening for the first few hundred pages, yet there is an underlying feeling of dread. You keep wondering what's going to happen. The other thing I loved about this book is the realness of the characters and just who the characters were. I mean, there's a lot of POVs in this book, so you're in the head of a lot of characters. But because of that, you kind of get a whole sense of this town. Like, you're in this small town, and you get perspectives from like the sheriff, the mayor, basically, the priest, and the like the Catholic priest and the Baptist minister, the bar owner. I mean, you get a whole variety of people in this town, and they all have backstories. They all have interesting things about them that separate them, make them unique. And so that's, if that wasn't the case, like, this book would be terribly boring in the first like 400 pages. But the characters made it interesting, and I liked the characters. Even the ones that were not good people were still interesting to read about. So that, I really loved that. And I loved feeling like I was in the small town, you know? I felt like I was there. So that was another thing I loved about this book. Another thing was the pacing. Like I mentioned, it is a slow burn a little bit, but I love that. And the ending, it really paid off. Like, the getting into the town, getting to know the characters, the slow build up made the ending much more effective. And that brings me to the ending. That was another thing that I loved. And I'll have to say, like, I have not read an ending like this before. I mean, this is one of the craziest endings I've ever read in any book, ever. I mean, the last 200 pages was just like event after event after event of craziness. Every page, Stephen King really outdid himself with craziness. It was a wild ride, well worth the read. I mean, this book was fantastic. I want to talk about the character of Leland Gaunt for a sec, because obviously, you know, as we go along the story, that there's something wrong with him, something more than meets the eye. And I really loved how Stephen King built the tension around him. So people would come into the store and say, like, they'd interact with him. Like, they would look into his eyes. People would describe his eye color as different. So people would be like, I loved his like his brown eyes were so striking, and then another person would say his blue eyes were so striking, and then people would kind of debate like what color were his eyes, and so that description in and of itself makes you think like what's up with this guy. His eyes are changing color depending on who's looking at them. So what do I rate this book? Drum roll. 5 stars. This book, I can't think of anything about it that I would change. And that's kind of what I define a 5-star book as. Like, there's nothing I would change about it. It's a perfect book, really. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's probably not perfect. I don't know if there's such thing as a perfect book, but I couldn't ask for anything more than that. I was interested the whole time. The characters were good. The plot was good. The suspense was good. The setting was good. It was all good. The payoff was good. The ending was amazing. Yeah, it was great. I mean, out of the books I read this year, I mean, if you've seen my top 5 video where I list my favorite books of all time, 2 of those I read this year. I read East of Eden and Anna Karenina. Those are both 5-star books as well. And I don't think Needful Things reaches those heights, even though it's the same 5 stars. I don't think it gets in the top 5. But this is certainly a top 10 book I've ever read. In terms of pure suspense, pure page turning, this book is in the top 5 for that, for sure. I don't know if I've ever read a book where I've wanted to know what happens next more than this one. So that is definitely high praise for it, and I think it's well deserved. This is only my second Stephen King book, so I got to read more Stephen King. But I read Pet Sematary years ago, and this definitely tops it for me. Like, I know Pet Sematary is very popular, and it was good, but this is next level in my opinion. This is on another tier above Pet Sematary. So yeah, 5 stars. Let me know your thoughts on it. I guess this is a non-spoiler review, so if you haven't read Needful Things, you should. Highly recommend it. If you like spooky books, and it is spooky season at the time of posting this, so now's the time. It's a good October read, even though I read it in September. But yeah, great book. Read it. You'll thank me later. That's it for this review. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.